What is up, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you clicked on this video, we are going to be chatting about 5 fitness mistakes to avoid when you first start working out. And even if you already have been working out for a while, this is a good thing to apply to your current routine because maybe you're making some of these mistakes. I must say that it feels very strange to be making an official YouTube video. I actually just updated my MacBook. I had a 2015 version, so 8 years old or so. And I needed to update so I can edit better YouTube videos because I really wanted to get into that because mine was running like a dinosaur for video stuff. So this is cool because I want to get back into making YouTube videos again. So thank you for watching. If you want to show some support, be sure to subscribe and like this video. All right, but let's dive into it. Hold up real quick before we jump into it. I should probably introduce myself for those of you who don't know. I am Tina of Tina Weiland Fitness. So I am a women's health and fitness coach. I help women create a lifestyle that they love. We approach workouts, nutrition, mindset through a realistic way. I'm not trying to make you a bodybuilder or do extreme methods that are going to stop working after you're done doing it. This is for life, so that's why I help you create the lifestyle that you love. I am an online fitness coach, so I have my own fitness app. We do online custom coaching for workouts, nutrition, mindset, habits, and I do in-person coaching as well. I will drop my information in the description below. All right, now we can jump in. Okay, so the first mistake that I see is doing too much cardio too soon. All right, so it's easy to think that, our goal's fat loss, our goal's weight loss. Well, I'm just gonna do like 40 to 60 minutes of cardio maxed out, burning myself out every single day, and that's how I'll lose weight, right? Well, you will lose weight, right? But then usually what happens is these people are doing 40 to 60 minutes of cardio X amount of times a week, maybe let's say 5 days a week. Now where do you go? Your body's adapted and you lost the weight and you kind of hit this plateau and you find yourself having to do more cardio just to break through the plateau. So that's why it's better to start conservative. Plus you can burn yourself out, make yourself more prone to injury that way as well. So what I would recommend as a way to fix this is start slow. So if you're brand new, start with 10 to 30 minutes of cardio, start with walking, and be sure to vary as time goes on. So whether you're improving distance, speed, adding incline, you start to do intervals, you change the type of cardio machine that you're doing, varying it in some way and adjusting things so you're not doing the same thing so your body adapts and it becomes less effective is the route to go with this. Another part that goes along with this is not doing just cardio. I know it's easy to get to do cardio, and it can be a great way to kind of mentally ease yourself into working out because working out can feel very overwhelming. And if you start with just walking, I think that's great. It lowers the barrier to entry, it creates that positive habit and allows you to stick to something, right? But we want to add in something else with it, just besides cardio, whether that be yoga, you want to try out a class, you want to do a YouTube video, strength training would be a great route to go. Just something to spice it up and not do strictly just cardio. We do want to add some variety in there. All right, let's move on to number 2, which is often paired with doing too much cardio or just cardio, is not eating enough, right? We automatically think, again, for this fat loss, weight loss goal, we need to do way too much cardio and then just eat nothing. Like, an hour of cardio a day, 1,200 calories, that's the route to go. Again, yes, that will get us fat loss and weight loss, but long term, you're gonna find yourself stuck and you have to unstick yourself. So let's not do this. This is what you can do instead. So first things first, if you find yourself not eating enough, whatever you may be doing, I suggest at the bare bones to start just simply tracking what you eat. Track your food honestly, whether you do a food diary, whether you log it in an app like MyFitnessPal or whatever, track what you eat, see where you stand, because you may think that you're under eating, but in reality, you might actually be overeating because you might be underestimating your portions. Maybe you go over on the weekends, whatever it may be. This is where things get tricky with nutrition, so you may need the help of a coach or professional to kind of look over your diary, need a second set of eyes. Again, I'm someone who offers nutrition coaching and does this exact thing with clients, so if you're interested, you can apply below. But again, if you kind of have that knowledge to learn yourself, you can also do this yourself. It is just going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, but see where you're at first now. Let me just give you a random number. If you're at 1,200 calories and you honestly know that you're at 1,200 calories and you cannot lose weight, you could have dieted yourself down too low, which is not good, right? Because then that means you have to go to 1,000 calories to lose weight and then 800 calories to lose weight. So you would have to do something that's called a reverse diet, which is a whole other realm of things, which I definitely recommend a professional to do, whether that's a medical professional or a fitness professional. But it's basically a way to slowly add in calories into your current diet to get you out of that extreme deficit in a way that's not going to make you gain a ton of weight. Because if you jump from 1,200 calories to 2,000 calories, your body's going to just gain a ton of weight really fast. But if we do it in smaller increments, usually between 50 to 100 calories under a strictly kind of monitored setting and environment, this limits the amount of fat we're going to gain, the amount of weight we're going to gain. We can do it in a controlled environment and get you up to healthier calories. So you can kind of start at this higher point and then you can diet down again, right? Many people do this, which is why I'm so against the super low calorie diets, because you're going to find yourself in this spot one way or another. Okay, so truly, that's my advice, is tracking what you're eating, becoming more self-aware. I'm such a big advocate of being self-aware of your body, the signals it's telling you, and again, the food we're eating. I feel like a lot of the times too, we just get so busy. There's just so many reasons as to why the numbers could not add up when we think we're in a deficit. So we could be too low, like I mentioned before, at the 1,200 calories, and we shouldn't go any lower because we're gonna feel like absolute garbage and have no energy. So that's when we need to reverse diet, okay? Maybe we think we're eating like in a deficit, but then we track to find out, oh no, we're actually not. And then that's when we need to really get really good at tracking food for a little bit, because food tracking is a tool. It tells us what's in our foods, what we're eating. It makes us more self-aware. So in the future, when we ease off tracking, we can make more educated guesses about things and be a little bit smarter. So that's an option there. Or the other big option I see is you could just not be tracking. We get so busy in life, we're kind of just mindlessly working, whatever, and we don't realize that we, the handful of chips we had added an extra 200 calories. Or our late night snacking, we kind of forget it's a thing because we're so exhausted by the end of the day, we don't even think about it. Or when we're cutting the shapes of the sandwich and we eat all the crust, we don't think, oh my God, that puts me over my calorie goal because I've been doing this every single day, and it is adding up, and that adds on an extra 500 calories in a week or whatever it may be. That's where we kind of get out of track. So maybe you just need to track all together. Maybe you haven't been tracking, you just need to be more aware. Another common thing I see, I don't want to make this too long of a rant, but another common thing I see is that necessarily the calories are okay. It's sometimes the ratio. So maybe your calories are good, but we have way too many carbs, way too much fat, and no protein. This can cause hunger cues and satiety, you feeling full, to be out of whack. And also fat storage versus muscle storage. So our body composition can look a little different, which is why we kind of need to optimize our macro goals and the percentages that we use. So that's something to think about as well. So there's a lot that could be going on in regards to diet. Diet is such an intricate thing. I kind of just gave you a couple different scenarios and categorized that under not eating enough, but I want you to kind of think about which one could particularly be you and then act accordingly. And again, if you feel super overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, my advice is either start really simple and just make yourself a little bit better than what you were yesterday, or hire a professional for that. All right, moving on. Number 3, a big one and a frustrating one, but I get why we do it, is wasting money on supplements. Especially when you're starting out, supplements are not what you need, okay? I do believe supplements are a great tool to fill nutrient gaps, because modern food, because of the lack of nutrients in soil, the way they process things, we're probably not getting the nutrients that we need. And if you lack eating fish every day or something, yes, fish oil would be a great addition into your diet. But the new trendy pre-workout, the next protein powder, that tastes like Lucky Charms, energy drinks, you don't need it. You don't. So I would rather you spend that money somewhere in your movement or healthier food, or tools to help you be better as an investment than getting this trendy supplement. And I know it can be motivating to get something new and shiny and it tastes good and it feels tangible, but in the long run, it's not gonna be worth it. Maybe you could set up as a goal, maybe if you stick to your routine for the next month or two and you hit some sort of milestone, maybe you can treat yourself to the pre-workout, right? But don't let it be like, oh my God, I need to spend $500 in supplements. I got my supplement stack ready and now I can lose weight or now I can reach my goal. Not how it works, okay? I am gonna drop a shameless promo though. If you are going to get supplements, 100% go with Legion Athletics. They are 100% natural. They are science-backed by scientific studies. They are clinically dosed ingredients. They give you itemized statements of how much of everything is in each thing. I just love them. Those are the supplements that I do get. So if you want to check them out, again, I have a link in the description box for them. I also have a discount code, so if it's your first time buying with Legion, you get 20% off their supplements. You can also take a supplement quiz to see what works for you. Honestly, what I would recommend starting out would be a good multivitamin, fish oil, probiotic, which I don't get through Legion. I get Renew Life. They're like $20 for a 30-day supply, so pretty affordable. It helps with just regularity and balancing your gut bacteria, because that's always thrown off by our foods and everything. And really that's it. I mean, pre-workout, if you need a little booster, kind of go after individual needs as needed. The pre-workout, you need that energy boost, especially if you're like coming right after work or something like that, or in the morning, you need to wake up. Protein powder, if you're really struggling to hit your protein, but I'd prefer that you get it from whole food sources. There's really not much else that you need. There are little things, and again, you could look at Legion's website. They do have like specific things like a magnesium supplement or a vitamin D supplement. Again, that kind of comes down to the individual person. If you get tested on blood work and you're deficient in something and you need to supplement with it, supplement with it. But most of the time, we don't really need that much. Okay, it's kind of like a nice little enhancer. I did make a supplement video too. I'm gonna link that, so if you want to check out the supplement video, you can, just to learn more about it. But honestly, like, don't waste your money right now. Same. Okay, number 4, this is a really good one. Doing too many reps and too many moves, okay? This is also common. I'm kind of guilty of this myself. When I first started out, it was really trendy, and a lot of the people that you probably follow on social media are gonna put you on like, do 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps and do like 10 different movements. This is so much training volume, and it may feel good because you're really, really sore and you're really sweaty. It's not efficient though. Again, long term, we're gonna kind of burn ourselves out. We're gonna feel run down. It's not gonna be sustainable to keep up with that. And that's kind of what happened to me. I kept up with it so long, and then eventually I just couldn't, because I was increasing my weights and it was just so time consuming and I just couldn't recover. And to be fair, let me clarify, rarely do people suffer from overtraining, because that is an actual thing that happens to people. It's more so that our recovery isn't good enough to support the level of our training. And a good metaphor I have of this is look at Olympic athletes. Olympic athletes sometimes at their peak will train for 4 hours a day. 4 hours, okay? Why do they rarely get burned out and injured? Well, 1, they're doing it for a short period of time, a season. 2, they have a full-blown team recovering for them. And this goes for actors too, like, cutting down for a role or something like that. Even competitors, bikini competitors, bodybuilders, they have a whole recovery team. They probably get deep tissue massages, foam rolls, ice baths, chiropractors. They probably have a nutritionist that gives them, healthy meals and educates them. They probably have top-notch supplements. They have a trainer that they're working with. So they have this whole team to support them with their recovery in addition to their workouts. So I want you to think about you. If you were to go to do this 1 2 hour workout, like what are you doing for recovery? Are you getting 4 hours of sleep and pounding way too much caffeine and eating like garbage? Yeah, that's probably not the best idea, right? So I want you to think of it like that too. That's again why it's good to start out simple, and as we kind of get better, we can always can always adjust our program as needed, but usually you don't need as much as you think. Even like a lot of beginner lifestyle clients starting out with like 2 sets of 10 of things, it may feel easy, but you'd be surprised of how far that can get you. Like 2 sets of 10 for like 5 or 6 moves, you're gonna get some good work. And I mean, even focusing on full body, more functional movements, it's gonna be more sustainable long term. And I think people are gonna be able to put that into their workouts a little bit more long term. So the next time you see like an IG workout or whatever, somebody's workout guide where it's like 4 sets of 15 and they're doing like 10 different crazy moves, think twice. Okay, it's because the boring basics don't sell and they're not sexy and it's not flashy. But when you're busy and you just want to be fit and you want to work out and you just want to look good naked, the simple stuff works for sure. Okay, so we have that. And then number 5, all right. And number 5, which I kind of touched upon in the last example, was not taking advantage of rest days. Again, so that's another popular thing. We think that maybe we need to keep up with something like 6 days a week or 7 days a week. And that's kind of another reason that I like my custom coaching and just like having a trainer in general, because you can still get results off of 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. I would say the sweet spot to see faster results is probably 3 to 5 days a week. I prefer to have at least 2 rest days, and you can make them more active rest days with like walking or yoga or something like that if you want. But you can still do it. It just depends on what you're doing. So for instance, if you're only training 2 days a week and that's all you can do based off your current schedule and needs right now, maybe you have 3 kids running around and you're working full time and you're just trying to get some movement in 2 days a week, and we do full body, but we hit it really hard because you have all that time to recover, that's okay. Now if you're working out 5 or 6 days a week, you're gonna see simpler, less intense workouts because we're gonna be working so many days a week. And I think that's another thing where people go wrong, is they think if they're working out 6 days a week, they have to go 110% crazy hard workouts. No. If we give a little bit less, and it's still good effort, but we're just not like pushing to the max and we're doing those 5 to 6 days a week, we'll be able to sustain it and it will work better, right? So the less days, you tend to want to work a little bit more intensely to get the most out of it, because you're going to have that recovery time and to utilize that recovery. So whatever you have, whether it be 1 day or 3 or 4 days of rest, and trying to implement more ways to rest and recover. So that could be, something generic like getting more sleep, drinking more water, stretching, getting massages, doing an Epsom salt bath because the magnesium is good for your muscles. Or, we take a more unconventional approach and look at things like stress reduction, because sometimes cutting back on our workouts could be good for us if we're in a particularly stressful point in our lives. We gotta remember that working out is a stressor. So doing something more restorative like yoga or walking, where it's gonna be less intense and we kind of do it anyways, that could be worth looking into. So just some thoughts, all right? But I think again that will wrap up the video. I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite way was, and if you already do some of these or what you're gonna be working on now. And again, I'd love you to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. All right, until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. We will chat soon, and that's all for now. Bye.